So they initially were going to try to charge this lady $749 after $250. So they took advantage of this lady, and then they claimed themselves to be, they even wrote it on the receipt. They said All American Pressure Washing.
Right. And I believe they gave my actual name too.
Yes.
What is your actual name, sir?
Mike Vadan.
Okay, so they said Michael Harris.
Okay.
No, Michael Harris is who I had to write the check out to. He said Michael Vadan was the owner of the company.
Yeah, so I've got a wild story for you. I'm hanging out with my family the other day. The phone rings, and there is a lady on the phone asking, "Is this Mike Vadan?" And I am Mike Vadan, so I say yes. And she says, "Do you own All American Pressure Cleaning?" And I say yes, because I do. And then she says, "Do you have a guy named Michael Harris that works for you?" And I tell her no, because I don't. And she pauses and says, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then she tells me why she's asking. And she says that a guy named Michael Harris had just left her house. He and another guy were apparently door knocking in her neighborhood, and they had just pressure washed her house. She even tells me that they had done a really good job. She told me that when they had knocked on her door, they told her that this job was going to cost $250. So I know where my guys are during the day. I schedule all of the jobs. I know where everything is. And as I'm talking, I open up the app. I know where she told me that she lived. I know where my guys are. I asked what this guy looked like, just out of curiosity. And he definitely didn't fit any of the description of either of my guys. So she continued to tell me when they finished up the job that they came back to the door and told her that the price went from $250 to $750, and they wanted cash. She said that she was calling me because when they first showed up, he introduced himself as Mike with All American Pressure Cleaning. They told her the company had been around for 20 years and that the owner's name was Mike Vadan. They even wrote it on an estimate for her. Now, she has no idea who I am. She has no idea my business. She just hears a confident guy using a real company name, a real owner's name, and I'm sure he had a good pitch when he came to the door knocking.
"I'm Mike with All American, and I'm in the neighborhood washing houses. Could I interest you in a little scrubby-dubby?"
He had equipment, apparently. They did a good job. And she's telling me this. Every red flag in my head is going off. But before I finish this story, I am just going to be playing some random video footage of our guys cleaning because it's way more interesting than listening to me talk and looking at my face. And also, if you guys need a good CRM to help run your business, please check out Quote IQ, 14-day free trial at myquoteiq.com. Everything you need to run your business efficiently, profitably, and intelligently. Now, let's get back to this story because it's really wild. This is the same scam that you hear about with Pine Straw guys. They drive around neighborhoods, they knock on doors, they give you one number, they do the job, then suddenly the math changes at the end, usually doubles, cash only, usually multiple guys standing around there. It's intimidating. Most homeowners just pay because they get scared and they just want these guys off their property. So I ask her, "Did you pay these guys?" And she says yes. She said that she did try to negotiate, which obviously didn't work. So she ended up not giving them cash, which was good. She did write them a check. After that, she Googled the company. Remember, they wrote it on an estimate. She finds our website, sees that we are legit, and that is how she ended up on the phone with me. And that is why she thinks that these guys work for me, because they know my name, they know my business name, so she thinks that they're out there doing side jobs, being shady, using my equipment, and tarnishing my business name. But that's not what's happening. This is something new. This is something I have not experienced before. This is not even something that I've heard about. So if this is something you've experienced, if this is something you've heard about, please share it with me down in the comments section. Look, I am an old dog, and this is a new trick that I haven't seen. So if you have, please let me know. Regardless, I felt bad for this lady. So I tell her to hang up with me immediately, call her bank, or go get online and cancel the check. But in the back of my mind, I know that these dirtbags are probably already down at the liquor store and they have already cashed that check. I also recommended to her that she call the police, make a police report, as well as get on her neighborhood Facebook group if she's in any kind of groups on Nextdoor, and just let everybody know about her experience about these guys. Give as much detail as possible so nobody else gets ripped off. And then she also told me that she has video cameras or Ring doorbells or whatever around her house, and that she had video of them. So I told her to get those screenshots, share those with the police, put them on Facebook, put them on Nextdoor, get it out there so hopefully she did that so nobody else gets scammed. Another strange yet sweet thing that she did was she kept apologizing to me that they were using my business name and my name. She just felt bad. And honestly, I don't really care. The pressure washing business, it's on cruise control. I keep All American Pressure Cleaning running basically for my employees. So, they've been with me for a long time, and I just want them to have steady work and gainful employment for as long as they want it. My main focus is really only growing Quote IQ to be the most amazing platform for all of our users. And if you're a Quote IQ user, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think of all of the changes, everything that we're doing, because I think it's pretty awesome. But anyway, I think that after I hang up with this sweet lady, that's the end of this conversation, right? But I'm wrong. My phone rings again, and this time it's the police. And I do have to admit, I was a little bit of a dick at first because I thought that these fake scumbag Mike Vadan pressure washers had hit someone else, and now the cops thought it was actually my company out there scamming people. So I was a little bit curt on the phone because, look, let's be honest, we've got better things to do than raise prices after a job is done. That's shady. That's not something we would ever do. It's not our deal, right? And if you're one of these guys doing this, and I can only assume that you probably watch my YouTube channel because how else would you know my name or my business? Be better. You're obviously smart enough to pull off a scam like this, so be smart enough to make money honestly instead of bullying homeowners and putting a real business name at risk, right? Whether it's mine or somebody else's, it's not cool. So just be better. Anyway, the cops ends up being a really cool, helpful person. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. The lady had done everything that I suggested that she do. She contacted the police. She posted in her Facebook groups. The officer had called me to confirm that, everything was not my company, that my employees were not involved, and there was no possible way that could be. He just wanted to confirm or reconfirm all the facts that she had told him. Obviously, I was interested in this from the perspective of sharing this story with you. So if it does happen in your area, you're aware of this type of scam. And I thought it would be interesting also to get a perspective from the police officer, because he does have body cam footage, but unfortunately there was nothing more from this Michael Harris and his pressure washing bandits to share. But he gave me a case number. He says he's going to write it up and keep an eye out because he's also interested to see if these guys are going to continue to go around and do this because he wants to get them. And that's really it for this story. In more than 20 years of running a service business, I thought I'd heard and seen every scam there is, but this was the first time someone called me and said, hey, someone just pretended to be you and washed our house. Absolutely wild. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope it doesn't happen to you. Thanks again for watching, and check out Quote IQ, myquoteiq.com, and see you on the next one.